What is going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. If we have not yet met, my name is Johnny Nitafan, and in this video, I'm going to be sharing with you guys how pretty much the exact way that I made $40,000 or $46,000 in 1 month without cold calling, selling life insurance. So I know that might be crazy, especially not cold calling, but there's a few things that I want to share with you guys so that you guys can do the same exact thing and make 40, 50, $20,000 per month, whatever that looks like. But what's crazy is this is while I was traveling the world. My wife and I actually sold everything here in Arizona. We moved out to Charlotte, North Carolina, and we were out there we're gone from Arizona for 8 full months, right? And so during this time, the reason why I was prompted to really go and travel the world was because a lot of people really believe that they should build a life around their business. And people like Alex Hormozi talking about just work, that's the fun, which it is definitely fun. But like I'm more in the camp of like, hey, build a business around your life, travel the world, explore things, right? Like my wife and I are going to New York tomorrow. Being able to do the things you actually want and use the business to fuel what you want to do in your life. And so, so in this time, sold everything, moved out to Charlotte, North Carolina. I've been in life insurance at this point for about a year now. I was like, you know what? I'm going to travel and work virtually and be able to sell insurance a ton of insurance, over like $60,000 of that month. I sold of life insurance premium and made $46,000 that month. And it's nothing crazy. It might sound like rocket science, but the reality is it's just a lot of consistency, hard work, dedication, and perseverance. But this is all the while like we're going exploring the Biltmore for the first time in North Carolina. We're hanging out. Her family's coming out. Like just a lot of fun things that we were doing. But it was me working like 8 to 10 hours a day for 5 days a week. And that's it. And so what I want to share with you guys is exactly how I did it, and so you could pretty much just copy what I did to be able to do that. So the very first thing, right, get good at sales. I just made a video about this, going deep into the art of persuasion, helping people in sales in general, and why it's not a bad thing. It's actually a really good thing, and it's an ethical thing to be able to help somebody make a decision. You're helping them in the best way possible. You're helping them help themselves and make the decision, because there's only transformation in the decision, and in the transaction leads to transformation. And so what I believe is like you're not going to help somebody if you can help a ton of people, but if there's no transaction there, they can't cross over to the finish line and actually cross over to the transformation, right? Because people pay attention when they pay, right? When they actually pay money. And so for somebody to really have a transformation, they got to pay for it. They got to like actually put money towards it, and that'll like drive them. So I'm not in the camp of like, hey, just everything for free. It's like, okay, what I've seen is that there's tons of people that consume my videos, watch the free value that I give out, the lead magnets, the free value, but there's a reason why the coaching program that I have has the best results in the industry, and the best results far better than the people who get it for free, because there's a transformation that happens in the transaction. Anyways, long story short, got really good at sales. Did 50,000 at this point, probably 75,000 calls that I've made just dialing out. And that really helped me prepare for the season to where I was able to do that in less than 30 days, right? 26 days actively working, or 25, I don't remember the exact number, but being able to sell and it actually help somebody make a decision to buy life insurance. That's really what I was doing. And so I actually did it all over the phone with this pair of headphones, and just plugged into my computer, and I was just calling people like that. And so the first thing is the way I was able to not cold call was just by figuring out a little bit, just a baseline understanding of how to Facebook market. And so I actually put out Facebook ads and generated my own leads. It's very simple. I actually have videos going deeper into that. I can link it down below if you guys want. But I made YouTube videos, and I generated my own leads, right? Final expense, life insurance leads, generated my own. at $3 to $7 a piece, something like that, right around there. So I did that, and all I was doing all day was responding to all these people about the request they made on Facebook. And I just did that over and over and over and over again, and was consistent at that, and made about 100 to 120 dials a day, closed 1 to 3 sales a day consistently every single day, Monday through Friday. Averaged 10 to 15 sales a week, closed $60,000 that month, closed 55 sales, and that's it. It sounds crazy, but like that's really how simple it is, right? It's the lesson in this is don't do the basics, right? Don't ever stop or think that you're better than you are, because the people who have the biggest businesses, the people who really thrive, succeed, actually crush it in business, are the ones that do the basics over and over and over and over and over again. The reason why Kobe Bryant was such a good basketball player was because he did the basics so well, and he did the fundamentals so well, and he built the foundation. At first, it's going to be really tough. If I came in and I did that my first month, then I'd be a unicorn. But saying that I did it, and it took me, I did 40,000 before that, but we'll just go from this one. It took me a year and a half to get to that spot. And so sometimes it takes 1 to 2 steps back to build the foundation of the not instantly gratifying actions that you need to take that will actually help you be successful. So what does that look like? Well, making over 50,000 calls my first 9 months, that wasn't easy. That wasn't the most fun thing ever. Sitting in front of the computer, listening to the phone ring over and over and over again, hearing the voicemails, getting the rejections, having people cuss me out. That wasn't fun, but it's just part of the game. That's what really got me to this spot, is having an insane work ethic, having a positive mindset, knowing that I'm going to figure it out, being unemotional, right? It's not easy at first. There's tons of emotions that go into it, but trying to be as unemotional as possible, just looking at the numbers and letting them speak for themselves. But then also having the work ethic to actually get up and make the dials every day, 300 calls a day, boom, 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 boom. Knock them out 1,500, 2,000 a week, consistently on a week-to-week basis. And so what I want to share with you guys is, if you haven't gotten to that spot of making $40,000, $50,000 in a month, I would encourage you that right now what you need is to just have your work ethic and use that to the best of your abilities, because that's all you got, right? Well, use whatever you have. The number one rule of life, of entrepreneurship, and the way that you really succeed as an entrepreneur is by making the most out of what you have currently right now in the situation that you're at. So use the resources that you have, use the contacts that you have, use whatever you have in your corner. If you have emotions that are driving you, use those to actually propel you closer to your goals. If you're angry, frustrated, if you're in a bad relationship, if you've had a bad upbringing, use that as motivation to use that in a positive way to actually fuel towards your dreams and go closer to your goals. That's what you got to do. Sometimes you got to put the money on the credit card, right? There's a lot of people and a lot of businesses that aren't profitable for the first few years. But if you stay in the game long enough and you build the foundation and you build the skills necessary to win that will allow you to be profitable in your business, you're going to scale to the moon, and you can. But you have to do it the right way, and you have to build the skills necessary and that are required so that you can get to those goals. 10, 20, 100,000, a million a month. I'm going to get to $1 million a month. That's just the reality. That's what I'm going to do. I'm on a mission to do that. But I know it's going to take time. I know it's going to get I have to get really good at marketing. I have to get really good at sales. I have to get really good at team building and operations and processes and fulfillment. But the way that I was able to scale past 40,000 a month and make 40,000 without cold calling was just doing the work and staying consistent. And it's the building the foundation of the year and a half prior to be able to do that. Because I could easily just be like, hey, here was the $46,000 a month. Boom, right here. And if you're skeptical, just click the link down below. There's a video that's how I scaled from 0 to 73K in under 60 days. Go check that out. I mean, there's bank statements, there's receipts there. But if I just showcase that, you guys wouldn't be able to take the lesson from that, and you'd probably think, dude, I don't know how I can do that. But the reality is, you were where I was a year ago. You were where I was 3 months ago. You're in that position that I was in. But I used everything that I knew. I used the ambition, the energy, the drive, the motivation, the skills that I had at that time, put them all in to just solve more problems in the business. And all of a sudden, you just look up and you do your end of month reports, and all of a sudden you did $46K in 1 month in commissions. That's just in that month, right? And so the reason I share this with you is because I want to see you succeed. I want to see you get to your goals, whatever they are, 10,000, 20,000, 100,000 a month, whatever that looks like. I want to see you get to your goals, but I also don't want to share. I don't want to make it seem like it's easy, because it's not. It's building the foundation of building a massive empire. And that's what I'm doing right now. I'm laying the foundation, the groundwork, the thing that all the levels of the game are going to be built on, which is sales, marketing, people, like helping people, persuasion in terms of helping team, like building teams, operations, fulfillment, client success. How do you build all those? Well, it's foundations that you build, boom, 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 boom. And all of a sudden you get to 100,000 a month, and then you're like, dude, I need to figure this out. What do I do next? And there's another level, and then there's $1 million a month problem, and there's a $5 million a month problem, and so on and so forth. So I share all this with you because I want to see you win. I want to see you succeed. I actually want to see you crush it, whether it's life insurance, whatever other industry you might be in. I want to see you win, because the reality is nobody's coming to save you. Nobody's going to do the work for you. So do the work, get really good at the skills necessary, and never don't do the basics. The pros never don't do the basics. So do the basics, and I guarantee you'll probably be a lot closer to success than you think. So don't forget to like, subscribe, comment what you learned, right? What you're taking away, and how you're going to implement this moving forward, because the real winners don't just watch videos like these. They actually go out and implement like this, like lightning fast. So go out and hyper execute, and I'll see you guys on the next video. Peace.